Hi, I'm Leslea Partridge from Associated Church Congregational Life Ministry Team. And every year we sponsor something called the Easter Eggstravaganza. And what it is Easter egg coloring and decorating at the church. This year, thanks to COVID-19 and the stay-at-home order, we can't do that. So we thought what we would do is show you some of the techniques that we use, how we make some of our colors, and some other fun things that you can do with your eggs at home. So first of all, I will show you the different colors that we have, and all of the ingredients we use are from things at your house. We have colors made with food dye. We have white vinegar. We have color crayons, paints, acrylic paints actually. We have different dried things like popcorn, lentils or dried peas, rice, beans. We have your hard-boiled eggs and water. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is our color combinations. We have used something called Vibrant Colors for Easter eggs. And I actually have these things shown here. And we have used the colors, and I will have my cameraman show you which colors we use. This is the Vibrant Color green, yellow, blue, red, and for our turquoise, which is a really pretty color, I used the color combinations from the McCormick website for dyeing eggs. I used turquoise, and I also used Radiant Orchid, which is a really deep purple. And the longer you leave your egg in the water, the more vibrant it will be. I used for orange and for pink that good old standby Paz. We've found over the years that they actually make the best oranges and the best pinks for some reason. So that's just a little bit about the colors. Now the first technique I'm going to show you is called tie-dye, and you have to have a colander, some vinegar, and some water and food dye. So we'll go take an egg and we'll go over to the sink. You want to do this at the sink. And actually I've got an egg already ready to go. It's in vinegar, and it's been in vinegar for 2 to 3 minutes. And what that does is it softens the outside of the egg. And what you do is you start with a lighter color, and that's kind of the rule of thumb for dyeing eggs, is always start with a lighter color first, add 2 to 3 drops of a lighter color, and then you swirl it around in your colander, wait a few seconds. 30 seconds is what they recommend, but for this demonstration purposes, we'll say 30 seconds has happened. And then after you've rinsed it off, you add your next color. And you want to work from light to dark and be very, very stingy with your food dye, because it really goes crazy. So I added 1 drop, and look how much it did. And now I will move this stuff out of the way. You'll see now it's got a lot of purple in it. And once I've got the little swirl going, I rinse it off. Again, waiting 30 seconds. And I'm going to add a little bit of green. A lot of times you don't want to add more than 3 different colors for this technique. So there's my green. And now I swirl it around. And you wait 30 seconds if you're at home doing this. And rinse it off. And that's all there is to making a colander tie-dye egg. All right, we'll bring that over to the section with the completed eggs. Now, another method that works really nicely is to, after you hard boil your eggs, once they're still warm but you can hold on to them, you can take oops, that happens. You can take your warm egg and use one of those clear crayons that come in your pods, or you can take a crayon of any color and swirl designs on it. The wax crayon will show a design, and then it will not take the color. And all I did was made some really crazy weird lines and designs and whatever, and then I dumped it in my egg dye, and that's how it turned out. That's a fun thing to do with your warm eggs. The other thing that's fun with the warm eggs is to take actual colors, and this is my peep egg, and I just took a warm egg and took crayons and I made 3 different colors of peeps. I made the bunny peeps. In this one I made some flowers. And this one I did a cross. And that's just using regular plain old crayons. The other technique that is fun to use, and it's using paint and a paintbrush, or you can go really crazy, but you kind of want to use some sort of, I would call it a paint booth. Get a cardboard box and put your egg in there, and you can dip your toothbrush in some paint and you can just splatter it on your egg. And that's kind of fun to do. The other thing you can do, which is what I call a funfetti egg, where you put some of your paint on a palette, and then you just take the color you want and you just, with your paintbrush, add how many ever colors you would like. And then you switch and you add pink or whatever color, and it looks like funfetti from one of those funfetti cakes. So that's a funfetti egg. The other fun thing to do is to take rice or beans or dried popcorn, and what you do with these eggs is you will put in 10 to 15 drops of food coloring. And again, you would want to start with your lighter colors. So I'm going to put, I'm not going to count or whatever, but just so that the dried items in your little bucket, use about 1/4 of a cup of whatever dried item you want to do. And then you take your egg and you just drop it in, and you just shake it around, and you can add it and put in another color. So I'm going to try some, I'm going to do a little bit of let's see, blue on these. These are dried split peas. If you don't like split pea soup, this is what you can do with your dried split peas. I like split pea soup. So now I take my egg out of that one, and then I can plop it in here. And you can sort of see that the split peas are sticking to it. But as you can see, well, that looks sort of surreal. You know, that happens. We're going to set him over at the side. Maybe split peas aren't the best. Let's try some popcorn. Maybe the bigger the better. And the bigger I'm going to take this lightly colored pink egg, and I'm just going to put some blue in my popcorn. It's okay to experiment. And I'm just going to speckle that egg. There. So now I took the egg that I had already dyed, and then I speckled it. And you can sort of see that the yellow is showing through on that egg. So I'm going to try one more color with this with this rice. See what that ends up looking like. This is a pink neon. It looks sort of red, but it's supposed to be pink. So you kind of get that all mixed in. And again, I'm going to start with some yellow because I want to try this again. So there's some yellow on my dried beans. And now I'm going to do the rice. Yeah. The rice is working much better than the lentils or the split peas. So isn't that fun? The other technique that is fun that we've done a lot of over the years is you use a coffee filter and you take an egg and you put it in the middle and then you just wrap it up around the coffee filter. And then you take your colors that you would like, again, maybe starting with your lighter colors and putting a couple drops around. And this is that pink again. You just put it on your coffee filter here and there. And then I think I'm going to go get the green. I think we need a little green. So I've got some neon green here. And after you're done with that, what you do is you take your spray bottle and you just spray a little bit of spray it so it's kind of wet with water. Now I've got one that I already did earlier, and so it's been sitting, and it says to wait until it's dry, so you can put it in the refrigerator and let it dry. But we'll just see what this one looks like. You can unwrap that coffee filter and look at the interesting design that came out. And sometimes we've taken it, they make some pretty nice looking paper wrappers or something. So those are some of the fun techniques that we've used. This is an egg that I'm gonna put in some of that blue just to see what, that's kind of fun. There you go. And after you get through with your coloring, you can use your egg carton and you can cut up your egg carton to make holders for your eggs like this. And you can actually paint those holders. And we've made I've got a little bit of a beak on this one, and we've made little birds. And all you have to do is take a marker and put little eyes on it. You can actually throw some feathers in the back if you have some feathers. You can do all sorts of fun little things with just the things that you have around your house to decorate your eggs. And all you have to do is just use regular glue, like Elmer's glue or whatever, to put things on. Googly eyes are also really fun to make your character eggs. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing how some of the methods that we've used over the years to craft some really pretty eggs, and actually kind of fun, and enjoy doing this at home this Easter.